Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The talk I'm going to give this evening is about how our people can make some of our assets to work for us. I had already put up a Facebook post that is at the core, or that is at the core of what I want to talk about now. And interestingly, somebody stole the post. I said he's a thief because he came to my timeline, stole the post, went to his own timeline, put it there, attached the photograph of the person the post was largely based on, without mentioning in any way that I am the writer or that I was the writer. I was pissed off. I was really pissed off. But because many people liked the stolen post, it occurred to me that it contains information that our people need, and you never can tell. Somebody could be pushed to put my ideas try to take action based on my ideas. So I resolved to make a video out of the post. It's not going to be exactly what I'm going to say, will be more comprehensive in some respects to what I wrote. But it won't depart so much from what I'm going to say, won't depart so much from what I wrote that somebody stole. I've been thinking that if someone can reach some Igbos that we heard about how they went for the Igbo apprenticeship system tradition, we call it Igbo. I think it's necessary to explain what Igbo is because of the people that don't understand our language. Igbo means a young person, a young man, a young man is sent by his parents or those responsible to him, to the house of a relation who teaches him a trade. He serves this relation for 7 years, works with him in his business, any kind of business at all. At the end of 7 years, he will let him go with a lot of provisions. If we are to use very liberal terms that are in vogue, they said settling. He settles him here. He usually rents a shop for him. Of course, over the 7 years, he has learned how to do business. He rents a shop for him or gives him money, and he takes off on his own, and he prospers. We know some Igbos who passed through this, and today they are among the extremely few Nigerians who are extremely wealthy, and they made this money from doing business. They did not make this money because they were in government, which is the traditional route of becoming extremely wealthy in weaker states. It began to occur to me, I'll mention 3 of them I hired, because these guys are not my contemporaries, so I don't know their histories as well as I know my history. But Cosmas Maduka from Nnewi, has said he passed through this. Ibeto is a business mogul from Nnewi too. I don't know his history. I've not heard him talk about this aspect of his life, so I don't know if he passed through it. I've also heard that the man that is growing to become the Samsung, Hyundai, Daewoo, Honda, Nissan in Africa, that is Innocent Chukuma. I also heard he passed through this tradition. It occurred to me that if there are people that can reach them and tell them to take out a little time out of their extremely busy schedules and spend this time going to the primary schools, the secondary schools, the higher institutions that Igbos attend in Igbo land. We have to recognize the reality. A simple majority of Igbos are Christians today, so they can extend these outreaches to the churches. If they go there and begin to preach, to teach the younger people, this is a sure route to success. If they reach 10,000 youths, who knows, 9,000 could listen and follow that route. People do what they do because that is what they know. These personalities are extremely highly respected. I don't see that youth in Igbo land who would not like to be like them. They could begin to serve as role models to Igbo youths. Because everybody now talks about that tradition, even though most people don't know its origin, don't know its history. But everybody should talk about it because it's a winner. Somebody who in other societies is guaranteed to end up very poor, using this method of the Igbos, being sincere for 7 years, being serious for 7 years, ends up probably one of the richest people in the community. Of course, for this tradition to work, the society that is using it has to also live by the religion and the culture that produced it. Omenana. Omenana is the Igbo religion and culture. Fortunately, they have not died, or rather the Igbos have not disconnected from them completely. We know they can't die. They are there. The people can drop them, but Omenana is there. If they do what I'm saying, millions can begin to see that one can be a billionaire without engaging in crime. These fellows, these gentlemen I mentioned, are from Ndewi. If they start this from Ndewi, the youths at Ndewi will want to be like them and will begin to do the things they did. How else do you build a nation? How else do you build a nation? These three individuals have become pillars. All we need to do is to make them pillars of the society, of the Igbo society. If I am a vice chancellor of one of the universities in Igbo land, I will not invite them to come and take honorary doctorate degrees. They don't need those things. The society, the university doesn't even need to begin to give them these awards to commonize the PhD. All that the university needs to do is to create forum for them to teach even the graduates, the undergraduates. I am telling us that there are very intelligent Igbo youths who could hear from Koscharis, Ibeto, Innocent that this is what I did to become successful after university, they may decide to go through that route. This is the way to build a nation. I'm using this opportunity to address us as a people. We are not using our assets wisely. A few years ago, an Igbo billionaire, an Igbo wealthy man, somebody who could make a donation of $1 million is a wealthy man, donated $1 million to another people who are in many ways better than Igbo people today. For God's sake, that money should have been spent in Igbo land. So what I'm recommending now is doctors. I want to address doctors. Doctors, if you are operating a private hospital in any Igbo community, appeal to the wealthy men in that community to support your hospital. The tertiary institutions in Igbo land that operate medical schools don't only appeal to wealthy Igbos who attended your school. Appeal to every Igbo who has money to support. Nature abhors a vacuum. If the universities in Igbo land had reached out to this guy that gave $1 million to another people, who knows, he might have given the money to an institution based in Igbo land. The Igbos lack resources more than others. Everybody in Nigeria knows that Igbos lose millions and billions of naira in revenue because we are shortchanged in creation of states and local governments. So it doesn't make sense for a wealthy Igbo to give people who are already better than his own people. Why did I specify hospitals? Too many Igbos are dying of. I am not a doctor, I didn't study medicine, but because I have some experiences and many doctors are my friends, the doctors say that what is removing many Igbo people from the world are treatable illnesses. If the wealthy people in these Igbo Obodo communities begin to make donations to hospitals in their communities, private and government, you see a struggling young man or woman graduating from university, he comes to your town and starts a private hospital. You are rich. You gave him as a gift 5 million, or ask him an equipment he needs. He mentions it, you buy it for him and recommend to him. Bring out a day, check the blood pressure of the people in our community. God will be happy with you. God will be happy with you. You would have saved lives. I'm throwing out this, believing that people like my brother Onyekwe Chiyekwe, Ndoka, Shidera, Ejike Chukwuma, and many others will share, and they may be well with our people. Thank you.